Welcome to Unpacking It All at Regent Business School, a podcast where we unpack real-life stories, career decisions, and everything in between. I'm Linda Richards, and today we're going to focus on a career path that a lot of people look at it and say like, wow. Now, this career path comes with a lot of prestige and also a lot of pressure. The journey to becoming a chartered accountant. Now, I know a lot of students, as well as a lot of families, feel like the CA route comes with a lot of opportunities, a lot of credibility, as well as long-term security. And they're not actually wrong. That is quite valid. But as well as looking at the pressures that comes with it, the long working hours, the amount of studying that takes to become a chartered accountant. So today we're going to ask the simple question that everybody actually should be asking. Is what does this journey entail? What does this journey involve? And who is it actually for? So today I'm joined by Rena, one of our very own lecturer at Regent Business School, a chartered accountant herself. Welcome. How are you?
Good, thanks. And yourself?
I'm well. You look amazing, I must say.
So do you.
Oh, thank you. So we did get to speak off scene, off air. And I must say, I was taken back by the journey that you shared with me in terms of becoming who you are today,
yes,
in terms of your career and personally. Do you want to just take us through it one more time, just for the audience to hear it, and also you might be inspiring somebody out there.
Okay. So my journey started straight out of school.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to study full-time in those days, and I completed my degree and my honors at the University of Natal.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, it was known as the University of Natal. Thereafter, I secured articles, mm-hmm, and I wrote my board exams and successfully got through. As I said, I was fortunate that I could study without working. So
yeah,
I had that luxury, which I think we take for granted sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
When you're not faced with the situation of having to juggle work and study.
Yeah.
And now that I'm at Regent Business School, we do have some students that are working and studying, and I can see how the pressure can get quite a lot.
Yeah, because I know becoming a CA is not an easy journey academically. That is,
no,
it has a lot of pressure and still adding to that plate of working. But what I would like to find out, are there any bursaries involved that can assist those type of students who have to, study and still work?
There are companies that do offer bursaries. So if you have really good matric results, you could apply to the audit firms and other companies. Obviously, that you have to do on your own. You've got to make application and inquiries and go through the process.
Mm-hmm.
But even if there is no bursary, you can still do it on your own, because not everyone is going to have access to that.
Yeah, true.
And if they have to do it on their own, then they should make the sacrifice.
Okay, so let's take it back a bit. Let's focus on the CA route, because I, for one, I think I might be interested in it. Not too sure. Still trying to figure that out. I don't think I'm actually really for it, honestly. Okay. So this is your opportunity to actually try and convince me, see if I'm actually going to buy into it, and then we'll take it from there. But there's plenty other people that are also listening in right now that want to also buy into it, but it's all up to you. So please explain to us, when beginning the whole CA route, from transitioning from high school into varsity, what should a person look out for? What is your advice to a newly matriculated human being just entering first year CA route?
So my advice to the students that have just matriculated and coming into their first year of BCom Accounting would be that you have these 3 years to get your degree and work consistently from day one. University is very different from school. You're not spoon-fed. You've got to do enough work on your own, as well as listen to your lecturers. obviously this degree is very fast-paced, it's very technical, and there's a lot of work that a student would need to do. It's not something that you can pass easily. You've got to put in the time if you want to see those results.
Okay, very well said. So what is the biggest myths versus realities that students should understand before committing to the CA pathway?
Okay, so a common myth is that you've got to be strong mathematically. In reality, the CA route prioritizes problem solving, resilience, consistency, and effort. Another misconception is that failure will end your journey.
Yeah.
That's not true. There are many CAs that have faced setbacks along the way and still come out strong. So it is a journey. It's not easy for everyone, but with hard work and commitment, you will definitely get there.
So would you say a working professional, because I know earlier we were talking about the whole advice about, the matrics moving into first year. Now let's take it back to me. Like I said, you need to buy me here. I am here to be sold in a way by you. So I want to know, can a working professional like myself, is it realistic? Is it advisable? Does it make any logical sense for me to enter into the CA route later on in life?
Definitely. I don't see why there should be any reason for you to feel like you can't.
They don't like time,
No, not at all. Your
ticking.
Challenges will be different.
Yeah,
because you've obviously, maybe you're married and you have kids, you've got older parents, you've got other things. And obviously, if you're working, it does make it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
But we have lots of students over the years that have been full-time parents, full-time employed somewhere, and they still manage to get through the system and be qualified as a CA. And it's all about your time management, your commitment, and your discipline. And you can definitely do it no matter your age. Age should definitely not be a deterrent.
Age is just a number, hey? That's what they say. So that could also apply to this.
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. You're almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost sold. So what I want to know right now, what is let me rephrase that. How demanding is the transition from BCom Accounting to the postgrad diploma in accounting? And where do most students struggle from your observation as a lecturer?
Okay, so the transition is quite significant. At PGDA, the postgraduate diploma in accounting, is fast-paced. It's highly integrated. So you have the 4 core modules of tax, auditing, accounting, and management and finance.
Okay.
And it's very much application focused. So it's not where you memorize the content and then you regurgitate that in a paper. It's application based. So we are trying to produce CAs that can apply their critical skills in the working environment, that can use that acumen that they've learned and accumulated over the years of study practically in a business environment.
Okay, very interesting. So can you also just explain to me, because I was doing some research, because I wanted to come here and show you that I also know something about this whole CA pathway, but I need some clarity from a professional, obviously. Please take me through the whole IPC. Is it the IPC or the IAC?
Yes, that's correct.
I noticed it was first ITC and then it was IC and an AC, and I was like, so many A's and C's. Okay. So there's the IAC and then there's also the APC.
Correct.
What is happening? I know it's all like exams and
yes,
obviously to qualify you so you become the actual CA.
So
take me through that.
Yes, sure, no problem. And actually, it's nice that you've talked about this, because when I started studying, I didn't even know I had to apply for articles.
Are you serious?
How mean I was.
What lecturer did you have? I hope you tell your guys.
But I was, obviously, it was a different time when I studied. And to be honest with you, it's nice, I think, at the outset that students know the career path and the progression that takes place.
Yeah.
So you do your 3-year undergraduate degree and you have your 4 core modules, as I've mentioned before.
Okay.
You then pass your degree, and then you can enter into your PGDA program, which, as I said, is very fast-paced and it's time-consuming, it's integrated, and we're really preparing you for that first part of the board exam, which is called the IAC, the initial test or initial assessment of competence.
Okay.
That is written generally in January of the following year that you graduate from your PGDA.
Nice and early.
Yes. So you'll get your results in November, and then you can write at the end of January.
Okay.
And then if you don't make that, there is another sitting in the June of that same year.
Okay.
So there's a few opportunities that you could write, because these exams are very difficult. There are a few opportunities that you have to try and get through. So when you are done with your initial assessment of competence, you have to have served about 18 months of your training contract. Part of qualifying as a CA, you need to register with a training provider. So any of the audit firms, and you do your 3 years articles or traineeship with them. And during that period, you then will write your APC, which is your assessment of professional competence.
Okay.
And that second test is also quite a milestone to achieve. And the reason they have it placed around 18 months after your traineeship has started is so that it tests your professional judgment, it tests your ethical reasoning.
Okay.
So you must have been in practice for a few months to actually know how we do these things practically.
So like you just mentioned now, the whole practical part and everything. So how does the workspace, when doing the practicals, how does it help shape the student or the candidate at that moment in time?
Well, part of your journey through your articles will expose you to different cultures, different people, working in a team, being able to present your ideas to a team, to a board of directors, for instance. So you have a lot of practical hands-on experience during that traineeship period. You also get exposed to ethical considerations, exercising your professional judgment. And all of this is important when you undertake that second part of the APC, and you have to pass that. And it will include all these practical elements as well as technical knowledge.
Okay, very interesting. So I know earlier when we had spoke off air, you mentioned that you can't be idle as a CA for a certain period of time. Can you elaborate for me, please?
So when we were talking about that, it wasn't idle. We were saying that we have to have
use the wrong term.
CPD, continuing professional development, very important. And I think not just in the CA profession, but in most professions, with the rate of AI and technology changing like it is, I think every profession is undergoing rapid transformation. But more so with the CA profession, we have an obligation to record our continuing professional development every year. We actually, once you qualify as a CA and you've gotten,
completed all your exams and everything,
you've got to every year
be operating.
Correct.
Okay, so it's like a never-ending thing, hey?
Not really. It's not like we have to learn standards all the time. It's about developing the area you're in. So if I'm a lecturer now, so I have to upskill myself in firstly the technical knowledge, but also in other aspects. So as long as you are advancing yourself and not remaining stagnant, that is very important. And the standards do change all the time. Life changes, and we've got to keep up to date with changes.
That's true, with everything, actually, like you mentioned. So once I'm qualified in the future, when I do decide to go down this journey, so once I'm qualified, besides I know lecturing is one of the career paths that I can go into, but what other career paths or other leadership roles can one go into now once I'm qualified?
So a qualified CA, actually, the world is your oyster.
I like that.
you have access to so many career paths, diverse paths. Because I think during articles and during your studying your degree, you're exposed to a lot of businesses. You see how they run, you see how they work, how they manage, how they make money. And really, even if you don't work for someone, you now have the opportunity to even become an entrepreneur. But if you don't have that entrepreneuring spirit in you, then there's lots of jobs. You can work in audit, in financial management, in corporate finance, entrepreneurship, as I said, executive leadership, board roles.
Oh, wow. The list actually goes on.
It really does go on. Every business needs a CA. Every business needs an accountant, as far as I'm concerned. And I have not seen a CA that's been without a job.
Oh, that's actually good. That's really good.
I mean, it's very easy. Even though I wanted to stop working, I couldn't, because the demand is just there. People are always wanting your skills, your expertise. And as I said, it's also what we teach you in this program and this whole pathway is not just the technical information, but the ability to work under pressure, the ability to source the required information. So you can really go into any job, and what we're giving you is a skill set. A skill set to be able to find the information you need and fulfill that job description that you need to.
Wow. Okay. So what are your guys' requirements for me to begin my CA journey from both angles of just matriculated? I know maths is obviously one must have. And then for me, who's coming in as a professional years later as a working professional.
Years later. Okay. So if you're coming in years later, it depends. So we offer an access to success program here at Regent Business School.
Oh, okay. That sounds new. Tell me more about it.
It's not actually new. It's quite it's been on the go program that's been in quite successful over the last few years.
Okay.
And it's a bridging course. So it's for those students that where they've had completed their degree, say 5 or 10 years ago, not as far as 10, but even 10 years, if they've completed their degree a while back and circumstances at the time did not allow for them to proceed to PGDA, they now can come on and do this Access for Success bridging course with us. And if they pass that, they can successfully enter PGDA. So it's not to say that your initial degree that you did many years ago is gone to waste. You can just do the bridging course and then qualify to enter the PGDA program.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very nice.
Yes.
Very considerate of Regent. Very.
Yes, no, it is and we've seen amazing results. We've had lots of students that have come through the Access program that have gone on to qualify and pass their PGDA and pass their board exams.
Wow.
So it's amazing.
Wow. Makes you a proud lecturer / mom, hey? Because like these are like your little babies. You're about to let them go into the world.
That is so true. You feel the journey with them. Really, you do. And my heart goes out to those students that are working as well as lecturing, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
And that commitment is well worth it. If you just put the hours and the time in, the rewards are there.
Dedication, hey?
Dedication.
It's all about dedication. So before you go, I just want to know, for somebody coming in to start their first year in the CA journey, straight out of matric, what are the requirements that they need?
Okay, so you just need a bachelor's pass.
Okay.
And surprisingly, you don't need accounting, because we teach you everything you need in first year.
That is surprisingly. That's very surprising.
It will be a little of a challenge, because the students who've done matric accounting, they find first year accounting an absolute breeze, because it's
they got like the base of it.
But we have many students that have not done accounting in school and decide that they want to pursue a career in accounting.
Okay.
And they are very successful and they make it through. So
it's not like a requirement.
Yeah, it's not a requirement.
Yeah.
Correct.
But it's a bonus to have an accounting, like you said, because it's a breeze. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting. Well, our registration is still open. So for those students that, like you said, decide last minute that they'd like to start this journey in the whole CA pathway, then at least they have, some insight as to what they need to have when they join us. So bachelor's pass, Accounting optional.
Not necessary.
Not necessary.
A requirement. So if you don't have accounting, you can still apply for our BCom. Applications are online. It does go through a selection committee.
Yeah.
And then you will be notified. But no need for having accounting.
Very interesting. I mean, you learn new things every single day. This is actually new information for me, because honestly, when you hear a chartered accountant, accountant, like accounting,
to have that.
Exactly, like number one. The first thing you do is, when you start grade 10, you're like, accounting, please, one of my subjects, because of the future plan that you have. But thank you so much for that insight. And thank you so much for joining me. You're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think I just had to throw that in there. You're like such a beautiful CA.
Thank you.
It just like it rolls. Beautiful CA.
I love it.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for sharing all your knowledge and insight on the whole pathway of becoming a CA. I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of students, as well as us professionals who would like to start this journey one day in life. But wait, how many years is it like in total?
Okay, so it's your 3-year undergrad.
Yeah.
And assuming you're not failing or repeating.
There's no failing.
No failing, right? Then you go straight on to PGDA.
Okay.
You can opt to do it over 2 years, but preferable to just do it in 1 year.
Okay.
So that will be 4 years. And then you write your ITC, IAC at the beginning of the following year. And you do concurrently, your articles are being served. And then as soon as your articles are signed off, you will be a qualified CA, providing you passed your 2 board exams.
So it's like roughly 7 years. 7 years.
7 years. Yeah.
To become a doctor.
No, they just have 1 degree. You have 2 degrees.
I like that. Well, thank you so much, Rina, for being here today. You are beautiful. All the best with your journey as well as a lecturer. And even if you just branch into something else, all the best. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, you heard it first on Unpacking It All at Regent Business School.